Oh my goodness, you guys. Welcome to the Life Changers Playbook. I am so blessed because I have one of my new good friends, Matt Woodrum, with me. Matt, he changes lives through helping fathers. And as a father myself, I can attest to one, how stressful it is, right? Being a father, how crazy it is, yet how rewarding it is. And so Matt has this 7-step process that when he shared it with me, blew me away. So if it's all right, I want to share that with you guys. So with all of that said, Matt, would you take a minute, just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and why you do what you do?
Man, absolutely. Justin, man, thank you so much for jumping on this call with me. Yeah, just in this small conversation we had beforehand, it seems like we're long lost brothers. So it's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better and see you interact with your kids. Such a pleasure, such a blessing it is to see other great dads and spend time with them. So the 30,000 foot view of who I am is, I'm a man who grew up without a dad. I grew up without a good father figure. And, I went through adoption, and then my parents got a divorce. And then my dad, the man that I call dad, actually ended up taking his own life. And so at that point, I made a decision that I was going to give my kids the one thing that I never had, and that was a great dad. And so I put this business together, and just to share some statistics with you. Children who grow up without a dad have a 4 times greater risk of poverty. They are 7 times more likely to become pregnant as a teen. This is all from fatherhood.org. They are more likely to have behavioral problems. They are twice as likely to have a risk of infant mortality. They are more likely to go to prison. They are more likely to create a they are more likely to commit a crime. And so any men who are out there listening, I want you to know that you are valuable, that you have a purpose, that you have this incredible, awesome responsibility, and that you matter. Everything that you say and everything that you do absolutely matters into your children's lives. At the same time, everything that you don't say and everything that you don't do absolutely matters in your children's lives. We are such a needed and a valuable part of this family structure.
Oh my Lanta. Those statistics blow me away. But that is so true. Like, society in general tends to underplay the role a father has in the family. But just hearing that and seeing that from my experience with my kids and talking with other people who also have kids, that's life-changing. So that is what a awesome mission and what a great way to impact the world. So earlier we were talking about these 7 foundational steps or platforms that you take people through. Would you take us through what are those 7 steps that every father needs to focus on?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 7 key areas that I believe that men as a whole, we need to work at. And the first one is your faith or your spiritual. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean your belief in God or belief in anything specific. I have a belief in God personally. But your faith in this aspect is a faith in something bigger or higher than yourself. It's what gives you your purpose. It gives you your motivation. It gives you your drive. And so when you think of your spiritual, your faith, it's having faith in something else that pushes you forward and that drives you. The next thing is your family and fatherhood. So if you don't have, in my world, my wife comes number 2 only, second to God. And what that means is 100% of the time, I'm living 100% for my spouse. My goal is to learn her love language, to learn her personality style, to get to know her more than just getting to know her intimately. It's spending time with her, understanding it, so her love language is acts of service. So going out and doing acts of service, that way she feels love, that she feels cherished. The next thing, and we talked a little bit about this too, is the next thing is finances. So as men, we have we're so scared of being able to not go out and work for our family, not being able to be respected, to be cherished. And so one of the biggest ways that I take people through is this idea of finances. And so we need to change our mindset about finances, not only to get debt paid off, but to be rich, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally as well. The next one is fellowship and networking. It's time to bring people and time to bring men into a community where we can get to know each other, we can hold each other up, and so that we can encourage and motivate other men through our experiences and through what we've done ourselves. The next thing is freedom. When I say freedom, I mean, men love to have the idea. They love to be able to do and be whatever it is that they want. We were talking about putting on events, and that's how I know you is an awesome event course. And so if you haven't done that, like, go and check it out. He did a phenomenal job. But so the idea of freedom is to be able to do and be exactly what you want. When you can do that and you can take away the stress of the 9 to 5, the stress of having your own, a boss, somebody over you, working for the man, and different things like that. When you don't have that stress, you can be completely free to be who you want, to your wife, to your children, spend as much quality time as humanly possible with them. The next item, number 6, is fitness and health. So we need to be healthy, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, where we can give ourselves completely to our daughters and to our sons and to our wives, and being able to be healthy and fitness in that direction. And then the center of all of this is this idea of accountability. So if you take the illustration of Mount Everest, right? We don't climb Mount Everest and just get shot to the top, right? So we climb Mount Everest one step at a time. The more of a team you have, the more people you surround yourself with, the better people you surround yourself with, the better and the easier the climb is going to be. Jim Rohn says you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And I could not agree more. And so accountability is at the center of all of this. It's in the center of, like, who do you want to be? Who do you want to what do you want to accomplish? What do you want your family to look like in a year from now, and 5 years from now, and a decade? And so having an accountability, having some smart goals that go along with that, being specific, measurable, action-oriented, being able to measure those and timeable and these different, having the SMART goals, having the accountability can help push you up that Mount Everest, whatever the Mount Everest is for you, one step at a time.
I love that. And it's such a great reminder that all of this experience we call life comes down to one thing in my mind, and it is that accountability. Like, raise your hand if you've ever had a great idea and then never done anything with it.
Yep.
Right? It's because we don't hold ourselves accountable to it. We don't take action. We don't go out and share it with the world. So I think that is huge. And I love what you're doing, Matt, when it comes to working with people and helping people get on this right track. So if someone wanted to learn more about you, about what you do and how you help fathers fill out these 7 foundational steps, or this 7-step program, how would they do that?
Yeah, so just check out my website. The easiest way to do that is type in myname.com, which is mattwoodrum.com, mattwoodrum.com. That's going to take you to the Wrestling with Fatherhood website. And there you're going to be able to find links to my masterminds. You're going to be able to find links to my coaching. You're going to be able to find links to all the different crazy things I'm doing and the different ways I'm trying to make an impact and a difference in people's lives.
That is amazing. And everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, joining us today. Don't forget, we've got this event coming up mid-July, end of July, the 60K weekend in 60 days. So if you have any questions about that, link will be here, as well as Matt's link to get to know Matt more. And with all that said, you guys have a fantastic day, and we're going to talk to you real soon.